Good afternoon, folks, and thank you for working with me as we transition to online meetings. Now, for those of you who are new and those who aren't, welcome to Police Officers and Firefighters Coping Through Communication. Cameron, is it?
Yes, that's me. This is my first time coming to something like this.
Would you feel comfortable starting us off and sharing anything you'd like with the group?
I once witnessed a hospital burned to the ground. I'm sorry. It's just when you see something like that, it changes you.
Hey, thanks for being strong for us.
Yes, thank you for sharing. We all appreciate you, Cameron, and the courage it takes to talk about these experiences. Would anyone else like to go next?
I can. Officer Pauline, Precinct 322. Cameron, you've inspired me to speak. I've never really shared before. It becomes second nature, changing the course of someone's life with every arrest. That's why it's shocking when someone does something you just can't expect.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Something I didn't expect was when the hospital burnt down. That was just...
Cameron, I think it's important that we let Pauline finish before we comment.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry.
We understand. Pauline, please continue.
Right. It started off like any other day in the force. I woke up early, I drank my joe, said goodbye to the kids.
Did you say kids? Because I'm sure that there were kids in that hospital, the one that burnt to the ground that I saw.
Oh, was it a children's hospital?
No, but there had to be children in it. It was a hospital.
So, yeah, I was at the station when we got a call, a hostage situation. 3 people being held at gunpoint in a warehouse by the pier. We got there as fast as we could, followed protocol to a T, but sometimes you do everything right, and the worst still happens. We barged through that warehouse door, and I saw the guns still smoking.
Smoking?
Yeah.
I can still smell the smoke from that time the hospital burnt down and I was there. That smell, it lingers in your nose. It smelled just like a building. No, a hospital had just recently caught fire and collapsed.
Maybe you have some other events in your life that connect to this experience? Another place this trauma is coming from?
Well, there was just one time that I was out on a job and I heard a big commotion. It was coming from the hospital nearby. It was on fire.
Wait, so you were already near the hospital when the fire started?
Yeah, I was finishing a job. I was working down the block.
Oh, so you had already gotten a call for a different fire before the hospital fire?
No, I don't get calls. My job is hourly.
What exactly is it that you do for a living?
Oh, you mean like my job?
Yes, this is a support group for firefighters and police officers.
Yeah, well, I'm neither of those. I make sandwiches at Subway, the one up the street from the hospital that burnt down.
So you didn't even have to deal with the hospital fire at all?
Oh, I did. They evacuated the whole block, so I had to drive past it. Well, not really past it. They closed the block down, so I had to drive around it.
So you didn't even see the fire?
I did. I saw it on the news that night with my partner and children safe at home. We had spaghetti that night.
I'd like you to leave this meeting.
Oh, I get it. So my trauma's not good enough for you? I had to witness a hospital burn to the ground on the news. A hospital that, as we've discussed, probably has kids in it.
There were kids in that hospital fire. My kids were there.
Oh, but they're like okay, right?
Yeah, they were rescued. They're fine. Well, they're about as fine as 2 little boys can be after a hospital fire.
So at the end of the day, you and I are the same. We're like trauma twins. We share this, you and I. This experience that we both had equally.
No.
Please leave.
All right, I'm going. But if you ever need a mean chicken salad, you know where to find me. I work at the Subway by that burnt down hospital.
Go!